so long. I know, I gotta keep going though. I'm gonna keep going. As long as it takes, I'm getting it. Oh, what's on this one? I did it! I did it! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I did it. It only took like 50 minutes. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I'm shaking so much right now. Oh my goodness! 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 I did it! Oh my goodness! 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 Look at all the sweat. That's almost entirely from Tierra, Buena. 90% of it or more. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So this is crazy. This is not technically my best quad. Okay, it's rated 9, only has like 335 notes, but this song has a lot of a very infrequently seen technique in DDR officials and even ITG officials. The only DR songs I can think of off the top of my head that have it are Spanish Alliance ESP and Enmion CSP that have foot switches that are like really fast. Well, excluding like B and CSP and CSP, those don't count because those are on the same note. But ones where it's like left, down, right, where you're really intended to do it. So here's the thing. So I have almost never done this technique, and I've pretty much like avoided. This is one reason I've avoided customs because they have a lot of stuff I don't like, such as bracketing and foot switches. But actually, foot switches are insanely fun. That was one of the most fun charts I've ever played, not kidding. Official or custom, that is one of the best charts I've ever played. Insanely well stepped. It's a restep of an official DR song. That chart is insanely well stepped. It's really, really good. It's one of my most fun charts I've ever played. It's super fun. I'm shocked I got so good at foot switching, and I didn't know if my saw pad was so good at handling foot switching, but apparently it is. If it's not too fast, it's not like B. If it's 115 BM 16, it's fine. Okay. Or like I've tried maxing 100 like that, but I got really good at foot switching so quickly. I did grind it for like 50 minutes, but it's like I got the song so quickly, I did double step once, but I didn't like double step at all. I just learned how to foot switch, and I had to remember what patterns to use, especially at like the last third. Every time I played it, like a lot of times when I got up to it, I would do crossovers. I did like 3 of them, which you're probably not intended to do, but I would just use the wrong foot. The other ones, it flows really well at. That other part it doesn't, and I got used to it being up, down, up, like 4 times or something every time I played it and got up to that part. I was getting used to it, the chart being like that. Okay, so oh my goodness, this is so crazy. This is nuts, and I had to learn muscle memory on a lot of it, and I had to give myself the technique, and I just learned the technique so fast. I was developing muscle memory. I even learned how to not do crossovers with one bit. Right before the other bit every time I got to that part. I learned to do that. I didn't do that at first. The other ones, they kind of came normally. I even learned how to do slow foot switches, like 12ths at 115, which are like 345 BPM force or 172.5 BPM ace or 86.25 BPM 16ths. Wow. Pretty good math skills, but oh my gosh, it's so crazy. I got a quad on this so quickly. It's crazy because I'm not used to it. I didn't think saw pads were good, the whole foot switching technique. I thought even like hard pads that aren't like modded, penny modded or something, wouldn't be good at foot switching, but this pad's really good at foot switching. Or maybe it's not really good at foot switching, but foot switching is not unthinkable. I still don't like bracketing. Now, ITG officials there's a few songs that have bracketing, and I do not like those. So bracketing is not something I like, but foot switching is so fun. So fun. Yeah. Oh my goodness, my nose itches. Maybe from this event. That chart was so good, and I did all the foot switches except one. I didn't hit as a foot switch towards the end that time I played it, and pretty much every other time I played it, I was trying to hit them as foot switches. And I think I understand the pattern of foot switches. Like, I got used to it being like in a stream really well, which DR almost never has, and IEG. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. I am amazed I quadded that song so quickly. It's crazy. It's not technically one of my squads, but I'm easily one of my most proud quads, easily. Like, I put this up with Charlie, and I only wanted it for like one day, but it's like a completely new technique. It's like something new about rhythm dance games played with your feet, something completely new that I just learned, and I learned it so quickly, and I had to develop the muscle memory for it, and I had to play it so many times, and I didn't really enjoy playing that chart because that chart was awesome. That's one of the best charts I've ever played. It goes to music insanely well. The foot switches are not just there to be hard. They make a lot of sense musically. They're awesome. The 12ths go with the music really well too, and that's not an easy thing to do. And that chart was so good. And oh my goodness, the foot switching is so fun. Maybe if it's like 170, my pad can't handle it that well, or something. 170 BPM 16s, I don't know. But if it's 115, it's fine. If it's just like doubles. So that was like easily one of the most fun charts I've ever played. I enjoyed it so much. Oh my goodness. I might be a little bit like I wanted to play it because it was a DR song. Actually, that's why I played it, but I'm glad I did. So I'm glad I played that because that chart was awesome. If you like told me it would have foot switches and I didn't try to like learn them, I'd probably been like, oh, I don't want to do something with foot switches. Oh, I don't like foot switches. But no, it was like, oh wow, I actually had a blast doing the foot switches and learning all this stuff in that chart. That was awesome. That was so awesome. Oh my goodness, that chart is so awesome. I love it, and that was just I'm so proud of myself for quadding that for like 50 minutes. Oh my goodness, that feels crazy. Oh my goodness, that was really hard too. It took a lot of tries and muscle memory. The mental factor of that is something I'm also really proud of because that definitely took a lot of mental energy too, on top of physical energy. Combining them is quite it's something to have to combine them, and I had to learn stuff like that. It's almost like it's nowhere near playing on stealth mode, but it is something where I had to learn stuff. And I mean, when I play stealth mode, at least I know a lot of people who play stealth get PFCs and stuff, but I was just trying to pass D2R freezes. But well, enough about that. I didn't have to use those. They were for those because that's the thing I don't want to have to use. We're still top ads, but so yeah, that was really awesome. That chart's awesome. D2R free special has like a lot of spins and stuff, which were helpful when learning how to stealth. Maybe I should. Oh nah. But overall, that chart is just so good, and quadding it just feels crazy because it almost feels like I'm like a beginner at that sort of chart technique for the most part, and I would not have been able to consistently hit those 16ths if I were double stepping or even double stepping them. No, especially in the stream, that would have been just terrible because I'd have to do another. That's pretty much not even feasible. But yeah, that chart. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I looked at that one because that is just. And I not only was it a really fun chart, but I learned the technique and I got so good at it so quickly. I mean, that's just nuts. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of myself. Woohoo! Woohoo! Woo! I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Oh my goodness, I'm. This is so crazy. Oh my god.